You know, it's no secret that Grand Theft Auto is probably one of the most successful gaming franchises of all time. Even almost 30 years after being created and almost over 10 years since having a new entry, GTA 6 is probably going to be the biggest game of all time. It's going to make a hell of a ton of money and it's probably going to be remembered for generations at this point. Not only for the extensive wait that players had to wait for it, but possibly because of, well, you know how good the game is. But that's not really the point of the video. What I really wanted to talk about is something that's really been going on in the GTA community for, well, for a long ass time. Leaks and speculations regarding what the next Grand Theft Auto is going to be has been going around since as far back as San Andreas, when this infamous screenshot was somewhat viral. Now, it's not too far off from what you'll get from the final product, but it was pretty interesting to say the least, even though it was debunked as fake. Now, of course, my personal experience with GTA leaks were, of course, GTA 5 when it was about to come out. And I remember all the fan speculations, the fake screenshots, teasers, and all that was just making it all over the internet. And of course, there's no difference when it comes to GTA 6. However, I feel like nowadays it's just obvious bullshit to tell when a fake screenshot or a leak is coming out, because nowadays with the use of free softwares like Unreal Engine, Blender, and stuff like that just allows anybody to boot up, create Vice City, and say, yeah, this is GTA 6. Let's slap a Rockstar's tab on it and say, yeah. Boom, there you go. People will be quick to believe it, but I feel like nowadays it's a lot more easier to tell when something is fake than what it once was almost about 12 years ago. But if it's one thing that I feel like the GTA community has gotten sick of over the last decade, is that of clickbaiting. Now, clickbaiting is nothing new on YouTube, but I feel like it's a lot more prevalent in the GTA community, mostly due to the young audience and also how secretive company Rockstar Games is. Like, they literally treat their games like their Area 51 projects. And it's pretty crazy to think about it, that they literally release a trailer one trailer, and then wait almost an entire year to release another one. To be honest, it's pretty unique on Rockstar's, and while most companies will sit there and pretty much probably like monetize the hell out of GTA 6 hype, like say if Ubisoft was to release GTA 6 or something like that in some sort of alternate universe, we can pretty much expect them to release like 60 damn trailers throughout the entirety of 2024. Yeah, we can expect that. But Rockstar, they're a little bit different. And of course, this has led to a lot of people to take advantage of that and of course come up to their own quote-unquote leaks. Most of these leaks just boil down to fake screenshots and just overall fake features that they claim is going to be in the game that they got from a quote-unquote source. Of course, as you can probably expect, all of this just winds up being horse crap at the end of the day. And this, of course, not actually confirmed by Rockstar. It's an old saying going around in the GTA, well, not even just GTA, but the Rockstar community in general. If it's not confirmed by Rockstar, then just don't believe it in general. Because, like I said, Rockstar, they don't really say anything when it comes to their projects. They'll give out a little bit of info here and there, but they're not going to really come out the gate and just give out this info to one person and that. So, which is why you should always take this with a grain of salt. But this hasn't stopped some individuals from getting their hands dirty and testing the waters, coming up with their own fake leaks, and the GT community has seen enough of them as it is. Limsy Jimmy was by far probably one of the most well-known clickbaiting YouTubers, and his kind of content started off with humble origins. He created with Call of Duty content all the way back in 2012, and overall it was pretty basic at first. Then GTA 5 comes out, and then he pretty much creates, well, pretty much the standard around this time. These include videos such as money glitches, tutorials, and Easter egg videos. A lot of these videos I watched myself, and I think a lot of people tend to forget how much of a simpler time GTA Online was back between the years of 13, 14, and 15. A lot of the stuff that we see now wasn't even added, and of course it was just more of akin to GTA 4 was, but a lot more RP elements. However, it was around the year 2016 where the GTA content train was starting to get a little bit stale. The game was rearing a couple years into its life cycle, and a lot of people were really starting to fall out with the money glitches and tutorial vids. It didn't also help that Rockstar was patching out a lot of these glitches and was also targeting YouTubers who featured them. Jimmy, along with a bunch of other YouTubers around this time, will have to switch up their content to a little bit of a more niche and profitable train, in which he did find one. Around 2017, Jimmy will start to upload videos revolving around couples cheating on each other, angry parents, as well as angry children, as well as children getting into trouble. And a lot of these thumbnails seemed a very clickbaity, to say the least. A lot of these videos consist of Jimmy just watching over a bunch of news clips and reading over articles of people getting into trouble and claiming that, yeah, this is part of the video. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that 100% of it was clickbait, but at least 95% of it was clickbait. But it didn't honestly matter though, because Jimmy saw the views and there was no going back. He was making bank from this, and he would be an idiot on his end if he was to kind of throw this market away. But as we all see when it comes to clickbait or following trends and stuff, it obviously comes to an end at some point. and Jimmy will wind up finding that out around late 2017 and 2018, where a lot of people started to find out about his very clickbaity antics and was really calling Jimmy out on his bullshit. Jimmy started to catch a lot of flack for his channel, with some even going as far as trying to get it banned or terminated. But as much as I know, I don't think Jimmy faced any form of a ban, but it was pretty clear that his channel was starting to slowly fall off. So he would try to find another market to try to clickbait in. And of course, he would indeed find one. Around late 2018 to 2019, a game called Fortnite would begin to come out, and Jimmy realized that, this game got a really high audience of children. Let's clickbait, boys. However, in doing so, he will kind of develop a more shady and just overall deplorable tactic in general, this being the use of fake giveaways. This will be seen by other YouTubers in his sphere that we will actually cover a little bit later on, but Jimmy will actually become a little bit more prevalent for it, because he will just kind of do them even if he was being called out for it by like 100 YouTubers. He will still be giving out fake giveaways to many of his childlike audience, and despite them being obvious bullshit, he will still get a lot of consistent views on many of his videos. But one thing that was actually pretty obvious is that he wasn't actually making a lot of the exact same views that he was making almost 2 years ago. In fact, he was only making half, and this led to Jimmy having a lot of crash outs when a lot of people wasn't using his creator code.
Right now, boys, at the count of 3, like the stream. New double barreled, babe. Double barreled, baby. All right. Dope, dude. All right, cool. We got a double barrel. What's the new LTM? Steady Storm, dude. We gotta play that.
Since then, Jimmy has faded off the face of the platform, and while he still uploads here and there, he has barely even been uploading since the pandemic. He only uploaded it like 2 months ago, and since then, I think the entire community and platform in general is sick of Limsey. Fernando, on the other hand, is a completely different beast. Even if you never heard of his name, I'm sure this thumbnail pretty much rings a couple bells in your head. Fernando was a well-known GTA YouTuber who was pretty much synonymous with clickbait. His entire channel revolved around it. He was pretty much born with it. Just like Limsey, Fernando would start uploading Call of Duty videos around 2013, but when GTA 5 came out, he would ultimately switch his content up, and of course upload the same style of videos Jimmy was. Glitches, tutorials, mods, etc. However, around 2015, Fernando will actually face his first channel ban. This was actually due to Rockstar actually not being in favor of many of the mod channels and of course glitches around this time. I'm pretty sure many people probably knew about this, as money glitches was very prevalent and was actually somewhat easy around this time. And since Rockstar was really trying their hardest to patch a lot of these out, they weren't really in favor of YouTubers like Fernando uploading videos on how to get quick cash, so they striked it down. However, the thing being that these were actually pretty vital to Fernando's channel, as his money glitches and mod videos were pretty much the lifeline to his views, and without them, he was pretty much left to the back of the barrel of what to do next. So he decided to take a little bit of a more unethical route. A lot of his videos from around 2016 and on were very clickbaity and just overall very, very questionable. However, one thing that was actually pretty interesting is that Fernando was actually kind of somewhat of the first ever YouTubers to start talking about GTA 6, with some of his videos going as far back as 2015 I meant. But by 2018, Fernando was going to upload by far one of his most infamous videos ever, this being the unboxing GTA 6 video. Now, this just gives me a PTSD, because I literally remember me getting so mad because he never played the game. I didn't know why, but it just really pissed me off. But to later find out this was just a bunch of horse shit. And a lot of people kind of called him out on this. In fact, this was so infamous that he started to receive a lot more hate than usual. A lot more people started to call him out, and he even started to receive death threats. And he then eventually will get his channel terminated. But it wouldn't actually be for the reasons of like clickbaiting, and it was actually for his previous first termination reason. This being, of course, money glitches. But just like his first termination, it wouldn't last too long, and he will eventually return back to the platform. But by this point, a lot of people were pretty much already fed up with Fernando and was pretty much tired of his clickbaiting videos. They were pretty much tired of seeing his face and hearing his voice, and after being exiled from the GTA community, he will eventually find a new place to continue in. This being the wonderful world of Fortnite, where he uploads shitty controller mod videos and obvious clickbaiting giveaways. He only pulls in a fraction of the views that he once had, and it's honestly sad that he still continues on. Now, to be honest, Fernando is honestly the final boss when it comes to GTA clickbaiters. Now, although a lot of people will say Mr. Boss for the win is, but I plan on covering him in part 2. But I wanted to cover these two because I kind of had a little bit of a personal growth when it came to these two channels. I personally watched them two grow up when it came to the when they're like their Call of Duty videos to their eventual GTA clickbaiting messes and to now their other obscurity. Now that I'm talking about them to this day. I honestly felt like if they just honestly cared a lot more about their audience, which I don't think they did from the beginning, they wouldn't do what they did. But you know what they say, content over everything, am I right? Now, when it comes to part 2, I plan on covering some more well-known faces such as Not and Mr. Boss for the win. And when it comes to part 3, I want to cover some more lesser-known clickbaiting YouTubers who attempted to make their name doing the same thing but ultimately failed. Now, I'm sorry that this video is like a conglomerate mess of clips but my screen recorder just kept shutting off mid-recording, so I just had to just keep popping it back in and on at various moments. But I really do hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I do plan on getting my Tubers 93 video out as well as my Mr. Obvious video. That should be coming out sometime later by the end of this month, jumping into early February. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all then.
Beta code. So even if you don't have the physical game with you, he's gonna go ahead and hook you guys up with some early copies of the game so you can go ahead and try it out. Now, he did say if this video manages to get 10,000 likes, I'm gonna go ahead and message up everybody privately who do support the video. Me and my boy Anthony gonna hook you guys up. We'll message you and we'll give you the game, man. Don't trust me? Then don't do it. Then you won't get the game.